What is up, fellow armchair GMs? Welcome to another edition of To Be Fair Sports Talk. I'm Dave Goodman. Dad's not here right now, but I'm going to be reiterating a lot of his thoughts throughout the game as we were watching it together yesterday. And before we get started, please follow me on Twitter at To Be Fair Sports, smash the shit out of the like button on the video, and please subscribe to the channel as well. It is the best way to get the Bills content out to other Mafia members. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate everything you guys do for the channel as well, and always supporting. It always means a lot to me. Thank you guys. So, I had to get into arguments with everyone about this, and it's been just quite the annoyance to see that people are taking 6-2 and just shoving it straight down other people's throats. Is like it's not a big deal, as if there's something that there's nothing to be happy for, nothing to be proud of, and I don't understand what is going on. Unless the Bills score on every offensive drive, they seem to bitch about the offense. If the defense even gives up 1 or 2 touchdowns, the defense is playing terrible all of a sudden, even though Josh Allen threw an interception and put them in short field range for the 1 touchdown. How many times have we seen as a Bills fan, the Bills come in 2.5 looking great against the Pats? Against a good Pats team, too. The Super Bowl Pats. The shitty team against the shitty Bills against the good Pats. Going into half feeling good, feeling like we might be able to actually beat them. The AFC East rival. The AFC East fucking juggernaut. All of a sudden, halftime comes out and we can't beat them, and we just shit the bed and we lose, and they come back and they beat us. Typical Bills fashion, what we call it, right? Billsy. So Billsy. Now, we somehow managed to sit here and win them, beat them, and people still want to complain. Now, I know they're not the same Patriots. I get it. But this team is fighting for everything they have right now. I mean, they had everything to play for at that moment. They had to sit here and have even a chance to even make themselves relevant in the AFC East with this game, and now they're struggling to make themselves relevant at all in the NFL and the AFC. It's going to be a tough one. It's really tough. We always dreamed of being these Pats teams, though, that would sit here and find a way to beat the shitty teams, even though that sometimes games would be close. We've paid the Pats tough plenty of times while we were shitty. The Pats have a lot to play for here. They were not just sitting here throwing it in like the Jets, going for Trevor Lawrence and going for the number 1 pick. They were trying. They have a lot to get here. Cam Newton is fighting for relevancy and a starting job to a no-name Jarrett Stidham. These guys are not just packing it in. They were giving it everything they had for them. They know that they needed this game to have a chance in the playoffs and at the division. And both of them are very, very much in doubt now for them. And yet here we are. We're the kings of the AFC East right now, sitting atop the throne with multiple games in hand. Never in my life has this happened. I'm almost 30. The Patriot way is crumbling right in front of our very eyes, ladies and gentlemen. This is a big season for us. Taking 6-2 is a joke, and something that we should just brush off is not a big deal, is not the way to look at it. This is something we should be proud of. They worked hard for this, and as a fan base, we have worked hard to see this 6-2. We have lived so long to see so many bad teams to wish for a 6-2 team. Are you kidding me? Going into the bye week with a stranglehold on the division, and that means a home playoff game. And you could say that's not a big deal with no fans, but at least we're not playing another team which could have fans then. This team is built for success and wins games when it matters the most. Opportunistic. That is what is important when it comes to this. When you are opportunistic and you take the right approach, you are going to win games. Almost every game is decided within 7 points. Most games are going to be tight. Most games are going to leave you on the edge of your seat and make you like, God damn it, why are they doing this? But it's just the way it is. And it's just the way it is. It is an offensive-driven league where almost any offense at any time can score, even with penalties or anything like that. It's just an offensive league where offenses are meant to score points and make games competitive. And the Bills sat here, and at the time when it mattered the most, made the big play. And that defense made the play when it mattered the most. Bend, but don't break. That is what we have preached for years with this. And yet now we sit here and instead of it maybe being 17 points, it's 21 points. Oh, well. Oh, well. They gave up an extra field goal. Oh, well. If it was 24-17 and the Pats were and the Pats were driving down and stuff and they did that, it would have been fine. Everything, no one would have been bitching about the defense. Come on, people, give me a break. The Bills did what they had to do when it mattered the most, when it counted, and everything. You gotta be kidding me. Stripping Cam Newton right there at that moment is exactly what I would expect from a Bills defense. Big plays, big moments, when it matters the most against the biggest times in the game. They were down and out, the Bills, right there. We all felt that we were going to be in overtime at the very minimum, possibly losing the game. Yet we managed to sit here and strip Cam Newton, get the ball back, and what a play by Zimmer. I mean, what a play by Zimmer. Recovered by Marlowe. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful play. I was so proud of them. They managed to sit here and break through. I was really happy that they stuck to the game plan. They played till the end of every single game. They did not stop. Really happy for this team. Really, really happy. I can't explain how much that this defense really did better than what they usually do this year. They have done a lot better yesterday than they have done in weeks past. And I'm really happy that they managed to sit here and do the best that they could, giving the injuries that they've had, the constant rotation that they've had to deal with as well throughout the linebacker core, the defensive line, the constant rotation, the constant uncertainty. They are trying to overcome it the best they can, and I thought yesterday was a good job by everyone involved by doing the best that they possibly could. The run game finally managed to appear this season as well, for the first time. It took about 8 games to finally get the game that we were expecting from Devin Singletary and Zach Moss. I thought that John Feliciano was sorely missed. I thought that he was the key piece to the missing offensive line right there. Now, Brian Winters came in at left guard when Mitch Morse got injured. By the way, I hope Mitch Morse is okay. I hope he comes back healthy. I hope everything's okay with him. I know he's had concussion problems in the past where he wasn't feeling very well with the concussion, so I hope he's doing all right. I hope everything's good with him and he comes back. He's feeling okay and he is ready to go because he is a big piece of that center. He's a big piece of the team. He's also a big piece of the salary cap. So you need to make sure you have him on the field because I'm pretty sure he is, if not the highest paid player, the second highest paid player on the team. So I think that you need to make sure he gets healthy as soon as possible, get him back on the field with John Feliciano because those two clogging up the middle of the field to let Devin Singletary and Zach Moss run is an absolute beastly thing to see. You know, I'm pretty happy with the tackles and stuff. You know, the protection up front has been pretty good pass protection-wise. The run protection, not so much. But, you know, when you're seeing runs like that, you're pretty happy to see them do what they can do. I was very happy seeing John Feliciano back yesterday. It was a big momentum boost. You could tell for that offensive line that was seeming to not have an identity yet. And I feel like yesterday they found an identity with John Feliciano back. You could just see that he has a ferocity and almost a Jordan Phillips when Jordan Phillips was on the defense, almost a Jordan Phillips offensive guy. You know, just that spark, that energy guy that you always see, just having a good time and stuff like that. Really a bruiser, doesn't mind getting down and dirty in the trenches, and I think that's a good thing to see. I love seeing him back. I love seeing the offensive line be more in sync with him on the field rather than him not on the field. And even when Mitch Morse was gone, they still managed to sit here and carve up some good yards on them. So I was really, really, really happy to see him back. And it was fun to see John Feliciano just push Moss into the end zone like he was his little brother after he stole his remote. Credit to Corey on this too. He also said that the Bills played the pass like the Chiefs played us. We could have passed more. I don't think Josh Allen had that bad of a game overall. I don't think he had a great game either. I thought it was very boring, very, just vanilla, a very vanilla offense, nothing special to it. And it's fine. I don't mind that he threw the interception. He's been working on that. He's been getting better at that. I'm not going to sit here and fault him on every little interception that he makes. You know, things happen. He didn't fumble the ball. That's my biggest thing. He's not fumbling the ball, especially in a game where the running attack was where the running game was heavy. You know, he didn't fumble the ball, and that meant the most to me because that has been his biggest, weakest point is his fumble, And I'm just glad he did not fumble the football. The interceptions, I will give him a pass for because he has been working hard at getting better at that. And the fumbles, I really feel he was not progressing enough. And I'm glad to see that he did not fumble the football, though. That's a good thing because he's been fumbling so many games in a row lately. Just I'm wondering when he's gonna fumble next. And I hold my breath whenever I see him run sometimes and getting hit and even just taking a light bump because that ball just comes out so easily out of his hands. I don't know what I don't know what he does, but he needs to calm that down. And I'm glad that yesterday was hopefully a start at being able to hopefully control those fumbling problems that he has had thus far in the season. Overall, I'm glad with the win. I think that the bye week came at the most perfect time, middle of the season. We're time to reflect on the games and then also see the daunting task that is ahead. That is the next 8 weeks as well. We have a tough road ahead. I know that there's a lot of good teams we're playing. We're playing the Seahawks. We're playing the Steelers. I believe we're playing the Chargers. We were playing the Dolphins again, though. We're playing the Patriots again. So, we have some good games ahead of us. We have Arizona as well. It's going to be an interesting 8 games ahead. We got to make sure we're ready to play against someone like the Steelers where their defense has just been absolutely elite. It's going to be a tough 8 games ahead. I know. We have a lot to reflect on as well and be happy with because we only lost to two teams that, honestly, that probably this year we would probably only expect to lose to these two thus far in the season, right? I mean, the Titans lost yesterday to Cincy too, though. So, teams can beat anyone at any given week if someone's not having a good week. You can't expect the team to be perfect all 16 weeks, so it's going to happen. And overall, I'm really happy that the Bills have beaten the teams that they've beaten because they've beaten a good Rams team, they've beaten a good Raiders team that have beaten the Chiefs. They lost to only the Raiders, or not the Raiders. They only lost to the Titans and the Chiefs, and it's a good win. I'm really happy for them. I'm happy going into the bye, 6-2, looking ahead to the next 8 games and thinking if the Bills could even come close to even going 500, we're talking playoffs and probably the division. So I'm really happy. I am super thrilled. I think that the bye week coming up is going to be a good rest. I hope McDermott and Bean maybe think of a good game plan for everybody. Everyone gets healthy. We need Milano back. We need John Brown. We need those guys to come back, of the healthy guys that we're used to seeing. We haven't seen those healthy guys in quite some time, so it would be nice to see healthy players back again. Well, that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a good one, and always, let's go Buffalo.